Ya se arranca el primer, es esto la fábrica del día de hoy en esta sección en donde lo que hacemos es repensar, redefinir, reanalizar todo lo que rodea a la industria de la música, una actividad que hace un puñadito de años nada más precisaba de barcos, de aviones, de container para distribuir de un lado al otro del planeta Tierra todo lo referido al mundo de la industria del arte que tanto nos apasiona, y para hablar de todos estos cambios que han sucedido en estos últimos años, que aparecieron las tiendas digitales de acá, de allá y más allá, hasta las entradas las compramos por internet, es que hemos decidido armar esta sección y hablar con diferentes personajes. Nos hemos nutrido de diálogos con productores musicales, con sonistas y con bandas, muchas bandas, como es el caso del día de la fecha donde nos vamos para Nueva York. Digo bien, Raúl, así es, para hablar con los amigos de Strange Neighbor que ya están con nosotros. Hi, how are you? My name is Manu. There is Raúl. Are you listening me good?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Vamos, hay uno que habla español. You speak Spanish or you just say...
No.
Like New York Spanish, which is not...
Don't listen to him.
Un poquito, me encanta. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do this time. I'm gonna leave you with Raulo. Raulo is gonna make you the exactly questionnaire we make all bands from all the world we interview, and later, a few moments later, we're gonna talk about the present of the band. Okay. Sorry, this is Dana. Hi Dana, are you listening me good? Here is Manu. We are live. I love your place. I don't know. You are mute, my friend Dana. You are mute. I love this band.
All right, you're muted
people.
in the Caribbean.
I love the Caribbean. I love the Caribbean. Okay, Dana, I talk later with your friends. I'm gonna leave you with Raulo. Raulo is gonna make you some question. We make all bands from all the world. Later we wanna talk about the present of the band. Okay?
Awesome.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
Everything is perfect.
Okay, Raulo. Todo tuyo.
Sí, we are going to start with the interview. We are live. Thanks for your time. It's incredible to speak with you. We love the band. The lyrics are incredible. So we are going to start with the interview. Please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
My name is Aiden Strange. I'm from New York City. I'm 15 years old.
Okay, perfect.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not.
You look so fine.
Yeah, I'm Dana Benowitz. I'm from...
Dana, Zach.
No, wait, Tina.
Who's the next?
No, and your full name.
Your full name.
Yeah.
Yes, your full name. Hi, Dana.
Yeah, my full name is Dana Benowitz, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I live in Queens, New York.
Okay. And how old are you, really?
I'm 32.
32, perfect. You're young. And
Raulo, portate bien, Raulo.
sí, the other one.
Hey, I'm Zach Schweikert. I'm the guitarist. I'm 30, and I'm from New Jersey, but I currently live in Queens.
Okay.
Thanks.
And my name's Bill Valentine. I play drums in this band, and I am from Reno, Nevada, way out in the desert in the west, and I'm 27.
Wow.
Reno, Nevada.
Okay.
We talk about Reno, Nevada one time because there's a lot of offshores there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we love Reno.
Yeah,
go on.
it's one of those places that seems so small, but everywhere I go in the world, someone seems to have been there. So,
And Dana,
Yeah?
your full name, your age.
Oh, yeah, my name is
Where are
Dana
you from?
Benowitz. I'm 32, and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, 32.
Excelente.
Okay. Sí, no, perfecto. I want to talk about many things because you are from different places and now you are living in New York. And can you tell us which was the first time that you listened to music? You remember that?
Ooh.
First time listening to music?
Sí.
Yes.
Ever?
Sí, the one that you remember.
Yeah.
If you remember, you
I
can lie.
remember, I think my earliest music memory is listening to, do you know the band Supertramp?
Yes.
Yeah.
Supertramp in my parents' old soccer van, soccer mom van, driving along the beach. And I used to picture him as the guy from Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I don't know if you know that old it's an old like TV show from the 90s, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that this guy from Space Ghost Coast to Coast is making this amazing music. I think I was 3 years old.
Oh, 3 years, okay.
Excellent.
My earliest music memory is that my mom put me through what she called the School of Rock, and she got a large compilation series of a bunch of classic rock songs that she would just play all the time in the car. And the earliest memory that really catches me is listening to Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin for the first time, and then just like playing it on repeat over and over again, because I was just like really captured by just the energy of the song.
Beautiful.
And you make the scream all day, no?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'm sure she loved that.
Excellent.
My first the first song I ever remember liking was "Friend of the Devil" by the Grateful Dead. Also in my parents' car. Just
A
driving
friend
in
of
the
the
back.
devil is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song.
Wow.
It's a great one. That was the earliest song I remember liking. Yeah.
Wow. It's still today the Grateful Dead, a great band, a huge band, or...
Oh, I do like them. I don't like everything about them, but there's stuff about them that I do really like.
That's an excellent band. And Dana?
Yeah, I think the first time I really listened to music was my parents had a cassette tape of Now That's What I Call Disco. And a lot of disco going on, a lot of Elton John, a lot of, Trey Chic, May Freak
Wow.
going on.
See, beautiful music. See,
Original.
see, and do you remember which was the first instrument that you play and the first song that you learned?
Well, the first instrument I played was actually violin. I didn't stick with it, but I still have my little tiny violin. It's like this big. Then I played piano, and when I was 12, I got my first guitar, and it was love. I fell in love. I actually wanted to start making music once I learned guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for the others?
Yeah, I played trumpet for 2 weeks, and I
Wow.
sucked. I was really bad. And
It's very hard.
Yeah, it's really, I didn't realize it was going to be so hard. So I tried that and it didn't work. But then I got a guitar, and my dad doesn't play guitar, but he taught me how to play Smoke on the Water. So that was the very first,
Classic.
classic.
I learned how to play keys first. My dad really wanted to learn how to play keys, and so he used that as an excuse for us to get lessons, and he would just kind of be in the behind the piano teacher teaching himself. But that didn't last very long, and then tried to learn guitar, and then my brother and I switched. He was learning bass, I was learning guitar, and we switched, and it was love at first sight. I loved having the bass. No.
And for you?
And besides playing viola in the 6th grade orchestra, I always wanted to play guitar. My parents made me take a year of piano before I could learn any other instruments for just a bass, which I wish I'd stuck with that, to be honest. But played guitar for maybe 5 years or something before I even picked up the drums.
Wow.
But what was the first song I remember learning? Early memories include, honestly, I was like 12 years old with this really long hair, and I would bring in really weird songs like One Arm Scissor by At the Drive-In, or like stuff like that. Like, I just know my like 60-year-old jazz guitar teacher was like, what the hell is all of this stuff?
Incredible. One Arm Scissors, incredible. See, and can you tell us, when you were young, you play which kind of people did you play? They were all musicians, or you met people from other places? How was it when you were young, the way that you meet people,
To be honest, I spent all the way up until college pretty much playing music by myself. Producing a little bit on my own. I didn't really join my first official band until right out of college. So my experience is a little different than the other ones as far as that goes.
And for the others?
I started my first band in high school when I was 16 or 17, and we were pretty good. It was just 3 of us. We won our school's battle of the bands, but I was pretty bullied in high school, so I got my first I was made fun of a lot, even though we were really good and we were pretty cool. And so I got a thick skin from that. Yeah.
Muy bueno.
Sí, sí, sí.
The other, Zach, Dana.
Yeah, I joined a band in high school. We were called the Foolish Virgins. It was me and 2 other girls. And when we broke up, everyone was like, "Oh, is someone not a virgin anymore?" Which I thought was like, it was a good question, but it was also like, I was like, we're 16. And then I met a lot of other people just through like music programs and classes. So a lot of bands from just knowing other people who played.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then my first band, I was in 6th grade, so I was like 12 maybe. We were called The Wall because we really like Pink Floyd. But we played at the school talent show, and I remember it was my friends. One was a drummer, I was a guitar player, and there was another guitar player. But the music teacher at the school said, one of you has to play bass. So we picked the guitarist who wasn't as good to play bass, and then, that's how that goes.
Where did he down?
I'm a bass
Tales all
player.
this time.
I have exactly...
How old are you? ¿Cuántos años tenía Zach cuando hizo eso? Cuando estaba la banda?
I'm 30, but I started when I was 12.
12. Sí, sí.
At 12 you have that mustache too?
Yeah.
Eh.
It wasn't as thick, but it was embarrassing.
I
But
love
was
that.
certainly there. Yeah.
See, I make this kind of question because I think that in all kind of regions, in Europe and everywhere, when we were young, the musicians was more or less the same. It's incredible that kind of things. That is incredible. And can you tell us which the last personal question? Can you tell us which was the first concert that you went, the first show?
My first concert, I was 12 and I went to see Evanescence.
Wow.
And I cried. So good.
Wow. Sí,
Yeah.
The best Amy. You see the best Amy.
sí, sí.
Mhm. That's how I learned to sing. I used to just walk around the block, listening in my Walkman and just singing along to Amy Lee. So I was very bad. And then I got better. I was like, I want to sound like Amy.
Wow. And for the others.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Go, Bo, go.
My first concert was Boston, which my dad took me. Probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but I really wanted to go to a concert, and he was like, "Well, I'm taking you to this one."
Oh, high class level, high class.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Boston.
good singles.
I love Boston.
Good music. Dana, Zach.
I think the first one I went to was Britney Spears after her first album. Yeah, great production, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, it was in a big place, Britney Spears, or in a small place?
It was a big arena. Yeah, it was probably the smallest arena you'd ever see her in.
She was always big. I don't know why. Incredible.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Yeah,
With
those
Britney,
are fighting words.
We look pretty
Excelente.
My first concert, my first real concert was Eric Clapton. I saw him when I was 10, I think.
Wow. So in a big place.
Yeah, pretty big place.
Wow. Incredible.
You know,
Incredible.
that was great.
And can you tell us how did Strange Neighbors, sorry my accent, Strange Neighbors begin, and why you put that name?
So Strange Neighbors began how many years ago now, guys? I guess Zach would know.
7 or 8 years ago, I think.
7 or 8 years ago, I had moved from northern New York to Brooklyn after a really terrible breakup, and I said I have nothing to lose, so I'm gonna do everything I can to finally start a band, and I knew I wanted it to be like women in the band, not just all guys and me. And I actually connected with our former original drummer, who we're still friends with, Tracy, through Instagram. I was like, wow, she's a really hot drummer, and I'm like, and we like the same kind of music. We connected, and then a year later, when she quit the band she was in, we started playing some of the songs I had written together. And then we found our first guitarist, Brian. So it was us three, okay? And then Brian goes, I'm moving back to Texas. you need to find a new guitarist. And I go, oh, damn. Okay. So we put like an ad on Facebook and Zach answers. And Zach, you might even remember like what the ad was or whatever, but you were interested. You came and Zach was so very good. I mean, like immediately we were like, oh my God, we need this guy to stick around. So Brian taught him the music and that was the first iteration. And then Zach came in and then we found Dana later on, if you want to talk about that, Dana. And then, we brought Dana on very fortuitously. Tell him how we found you.
Yeah, you guys put an ad in a practice space. I was there playing with some other friends. You know, we were just dicking around, and I saw the ad, and I was like, my friends are great, but they cannot play. Like, there's only so many times I can play Crimson and Clover. So I was like, answer this, and we tried out, and I was like, I like the music. It was really fun. They called me that night, and they're like, please join. I was like, absolutely.
Wow.
And then we brought Bo on later on when our drummer had some personal stuff and couldn't be in the band anymore. So we were auditioning drummers. And Bo, why don't you give your recollection?
Yeah, this had been further down the line after Dana left. I was in my old band, and I played a show with Strange Neighbors where I was the drummer on the other two bands in the bill. So ever since that show, I was like, oh, these people are really good. I've been following them. And then really, fortunately, right as my band broke up, maybe about a week or two later, they posted an audition for a drummer. So I was like, well, I know these guys are good, so I would love to play with them.
Wow.
Then the rest is history, I guess.
You know, I'm over 40, so I love that you meet people through Instagram, through Facebook, I think that you stick something on the wall. So that is old-fashioned, old school. I like that kind of things. Bueno, nos estaban contando un poco de cómo comenzó la banda. Bueno, se fueron todos mudando a Nueva York y se fueron encontrando. Y lo que a mí me llamaba la atención, porque tengo más de 40, a través de Instagram, a través de Facebook y a través de recados y aparte es algo muy, digamos, orgánico. También hicieron audiciones para ver cómo funcionaban las cosas con la gente. No fue todo a través de WhatsApp, Manu, son gente un poco más orgánica, así eso está bueno. And you released your first album in 2019, How to Human. How was the recording process of that album? And why you put that name? It's incredible, the name.
It was good. It was when we first started to kind of really dial in our sound, I think, a bit more. A kind of power pop, jangly sort of thing. We recorded a few singles with this guy, Mike Dwyer. He's in like upstate New York. And it was good. We took a couple of weekends. We just go up there on the weekend and, we would record everything separately. We'd do the drums first and then guitar and then bass and then vocals on top. And it was good. By the end of that process, we were really, close with Mike, and we figured out how to work with him. He recorded our latest album too, so we've been working with him for a long time.
And the name? How to Human?
Yeah, so there's a song on the album called How to Human /Alien. And when we were trying to figure out names, we just were like, this name encapsulates kind of all of this. Like, how do you do this? How to human? It felt really right. Yeah.
Look the t-shirt of Manu. Manu, mostrarle la por favor. I don't know why Manu put this t-shirt today, and we were talking about aliens all the it's incredible.
Nice.
It's incredible.
X-Files,
It's incredible, sí. Today.
I love that.
Sí,
Big fan.
Incredible, sí. In April of this year, you released your last album, People Pleasers, Pleasing People. You changed many things in the recording process, or it was more or less the same?
It was pretty much the same, I think. Just going in track by track and sort of building it up. We've been working with Mike for such a long time that he really knows what we want at this point, so it's pretty quick.
Okay. And when you have to make the audio for the recording, you try to get some audio that is in your head, or you just play whatever you have in your hand?
It always turns out different than what I think it's going to sound like. But in a good way. I'm always, I'm pleasantly surprised that I'm better than I think I am. So that works.
We do so much of the arrangement and stuff through just repetition and iteration. So I think we have a vague idea of what we're playing just from doing it over and over again, but I really enjoy that we keep it organic inside of just when we're recording, especially with the drum parts too. I might have a general idea what I'm doing, but I don't plan out my fills or anything like that. Just trying to keep it, allowing for surprises to happen in the room, I think is always going to make for a better recording.
Yeah.
Even if you play it different live.
Perfect.
And a lot of the time when we get into the studio too, like, and we're listening to everything so closely and everything's isolated, we'll be like Zach will do something that he's never done before. And we're like, whoa. Yeah, we're going to do that. We've never heard that before, but we're going to keep that. Or we'll be like, you know what? I hear keys in this, and we don't play with keys live most of the time. But then we'll be like, we're like, oh, that's very cool. So we add usually in the studio.
No, perfect.
Yeah, especially kind of fun stuff too. Like we'll add in like percussion we don't usually use, like maybe a cowbell or like a slide whistle. So you get to have a lot of those extra like little the little things that make it sparkle come through in the studio.
No, perfect. Sí, it's the way that you can use it in the studio, you make it. Sí, perfecto. Manu, ahí tenemos que lo que me parece a mí es una banda que mezcla lo orgánico con lo no orgánico en el estudio, pero tienen esa manera de ensayan mucho y lo que decían que repiten y ahí como que va saliendo.
Su propio lugar, ¿no? Su propio lugar de ensayo tienen.
You have your own rehearsal room.
Yeah.
Ahí está, sí.
That's
¿Querés hacer alguna pregunta sobre el audio, quizás?
No sobre... Bueno, me gustan mucho las líneas de bajo, pero quería hablar sobre uno de los videos. I want to talk about the Without a Head video.
Yeah.
How long were...
Good taste.
How long were you with your head on the food tray? How
So the video was Zach's idea, and it sounded funny, but when we filmed it in Zach's apartment, and we tried a couple different spots first that were horrible, like so uncomfortable. I was on my knees and I'm like, I got like some cuts, and then we found the perfect spot, and I'd say I was in there for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. I had some knee pain after, but it was very worth it. It was very worth it.
Excelente.
Sí, muy bueno.
I love that idea. It's very original.
Muy bueno. Si te parece, Manu, vamos con cuatro preguntas más y muy bueno. Sí, es tremendo este video, es muy bueno, muy buena la banda. Can you tell us, do you use artificial intelligence? What do you think about that?
Do we use AI, and what do we think about it? So for music, 100% no. We don't use that.
Yeah.
We're not.
Bad.
Yeah, we think we understand that it's here to stay. It's going to be something that we're going to have to kind of battle and face and navigate, but we aren't interested in using it. We think that it's, from everything we know about it, it's pretty harmful to the environment. I think it's harmful to just like creativity. I think it's going to eventually just produce like mush, because if it's just learning on itself over and over again, there's not going to be any room to push the envelope. So we don't touch that for songwriting or for our posters or anything like that. I think the extent of AI that we'll use, and correct me if I'm wrong, Zach, is like if we need to like expand the background of a photo, maybe we'll be like, okay, fill it in like 3 centimeters or whatever.
A little bit of that, but that's pretty much it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I use for the Instagram post, I don't know how to say it, so
Sí.
yeah.
Perfect. And
It's everywhere.
yeah.
And it's not necessary because Zach is such a good graphic designer anyway that like he works so quickly. He does all of our merch and promotional content, and I mean it looks better than anything I've seen AI. So
Perfect. That is the way. So, can you tell us something about New York actual music scene? How do you feel about the actual music scene in New York?
It's cool.
And the Caribbean. New York and the Caribbean.
It's so big. The thing with the music scene in New York, it's so massive. It's like I feel like I hear about new bands all the time. Bands come and go. We've definitely found our friends that, Aiden is wearing a shirt for our friend Sorry Darling. They're really good friends of ours that we played shows with multiple times. So you kind of find your pockets of people, but overall it's just gigantic and there's so much music, it's hard to pin down like a real scene, I think.
Yeah.
And I think also because of that, people get spoiled too. And, it's a lot of like the community building is hard to find outside of DIY spaces. And it's a lot of people just showing up for the band that they want to see and then heading out, which is very heartbreaking. But, we travel even just a little bit outside the city into Jersey, Pennsylvania, stuff like that. It's an entirely different attitude. It seems like people want to just come out and listen to music. I mean, also, music being so expensive nowadays also doesn't help.
Yeah, the New York music scene is incredibly expensive, even if you do everything that you can to bring it down. Like, some people will see like a $15 ticket, which we don't have any control over, and be like, I can't do that. I can't like take a chance on this band that I've only maybe heard once or whatever, which is actually one of the reasons we, about maybe a year ago, we started this like community fund that's in our band, where fans, because we have fans from all over the country and all over the world, and they will donate to this fund, where basically if somebody wants to come to a show and the only thing stopping them is the price of the ticket or the travel or whatever, like because the subway is expensive, they can reach out to us and be like, I really want to come, I just can't afford it, and we have a fund for that. So we'll be like, all right, we got you, your ticket will be waiting there. And people don't abuse that. Like, everyone is really respectful of each other and want to encourage that scene.
Wow,
It's the first time I heard about something like that.
Muy buena idea.
That idea is your idea, or you took from another band?
I mean, it's definitely not an original idea in terms of like mutual aid, but I hadn't heard of anyone doing that in a band, and we're constantly talking to each other. How can we make our shows more accessible? How can we make it safe for people, encourage people to come and feel comfortable? And I was just racking my brain. I'm like, how can we apply mutual aid to our band and really express our values to our fans and potential fans? And if they hate us, then move on. That's okay. Awesome. Like,
please,
you gave us a shot.
I want, please then send to us the links of your bands, friends, the bands, and and send the link for that. We can post it in our Insta. And maybe people from Europe, can help, because we think that it's a great idea. Muy buena idea.
Yes.
Excellent idea.
Thank you.
Sí, excellent idea.
We would love if other bands started doing it too. It's, take the idea, spread it. Everybody should do it.
Zach, please make a good flyer. Sorry for that, Zach.
Sharks.
See, you can make a pretty flyer, and we can post it and get the idea from
sharks. Flyers.
Sí, excelente idea, muy buena idea,
you.
muy buena, excelente idea. Sí.
Dana, voy a romper, I break the interview a little bit. Dana, can you tell me your three favorite bassist players?
Oh no, I cannot. I don't.
I know.
I love your bass line. Okay.
Yeah.
I talk with Raulo. The bass line are very. I don't know. It's like you making me dance. I am a bass player too.
Nice.
I play the bass.
I'm a big fan.
So, three bass players, you can tell me. No.
I can tell you one of my favorite bass players is Bridget Kearney of Lake Street Dive. She's one of my favorite people's bass players. She plays the upright, she plays electric, does really cool stuff, and I think in that band in Lake Street Dive, the bass kind of ends up being more of a melodic instrument. I think I do that a little bit more of hey, let's make it forefront and make it part of the arrangement, not just supporting. I really like Esmeralda Spalding. I think she's a great jazz player. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, and then I guess the third one, and this is really out of character for me, is I do really like Flea. He's got great bass lines, and you know he's got great voice lines. You can't go wrong. Like so, yeah. Those are my top three.
Great answer. Thanks.
Muy bueno, muy bueno. Sí.
Close it, Raúl.
Sí,
close
sí,
it.
sí. We're going to make just two more questions. Please send the links of the bands, and please, when you have time, Zach, make a flyer for us, and we can spread the idea. We think it's incredible, that idea. Can you tell us something about the future plans of the band?
Take it away, Zach.
Yeah, we're working on new songs now. You know, it's kind of when you release an album, you're like, oh crap, like I used up all of my stuff. So now we have to write new songs. Just working on that and playing some shows.
Perfect.
Yeah, we have like a lot of good shows coming up before like the kind of slow holiday season. So we're trying to get out of New York even more. But like after releasing an album, a lot of it is like, okay, how do we like keep pushing this on people and spreading the word? And so we're also actually literally right after this interview, I am going to Zach's to finish filming a music video for the song Retrograde off of the newest album, which is why my eyebrows are looking crazy and my hair looks like this, because I'm getting ready. I promise I don't look like this every day, just most days.
Perfect.
And a lot of songwriting, and we're really honing in on that. And then we're going to get back in the studio and do it all over again.
Perfect. Musicians, we have to play. Perfect. See, and one more question. Just to finish the interview, we are going to play Without a Head, the song Without a Head. Can you tell us something about that song?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I wrote it. I wrote like kind of the basis of it. You know, I was a little depressed around the pandemic and all that stuff. And it's the idea of trying to cut yourself off from the world, right? If you don't have a head, you can't think about anything. If you don't have eyes, you can't see. If you don't have ears, you can't. But that's also a bad thing. There's also great things that you still want to pay, attention to, and it's important to pay attention to those things. So that's kind of where that idea came from.
Excellent. See, excellent. Yeah. Thanks for your time. We keep in touch, and we are going to send some links, okay? Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you so much. So nice talking to you. We love you guys.
Buenas noches.